In this course of LinkedIn marketing course, I'm going to share the messaging strategy which you need to follow in order to get high quality leads or even sales, right? So guys, I've already shared the strategy on how to get 100 plus high quality leads. And if you haven't watched that video, please go through the LinkedIn marketing course playlist and there you will be able to find the video, right? After that, you need to watch this particular tutorial where I have already shown you that how you need to write the message, or what are the essence, what are the things, what are the key points you need to add into your message so that your message can become more effective and ultimately you can get the lead, right? Because there are many limitations that LinkedIn have, or you can say the restrictions that LinkedIn have when we talk about messaging. Like, LinkedIn only allows you to message only some of the people on a daily basis. So you are not freely allowed to send your messages to thousands of people on a daily basis. No, it is not like that. If you do this, to your account might get restricted or maybe suspended. So keep this thing in mind. Now, before starting the video, I have three facts about LinkedIn. So let's go through the facts. The first one is the average reply rate to LinkedIn messages is 85%. So this is a huge number. This reply rate is very high compared to other social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and all, right? And why it is 85%? Because on LinkedIn there is only serious people who receives the message, and who sends the message, those are even serious as well, right? So you need to also be serious, and you don't have to be spammy or kind of shady who sends irrelevant messages to everyone, right? You have to be relevant, you have to be quite personal so that you can make a good connection with your prospect, right? And then the second fact is 89% of B2B marketers use LinkedIn for lead generation. Yes, that's a real number, 89%. And why 89% of B2B marketers use LinkedIn? Because LinkedIn has the highest quality leads as possible, right? So if you also want to generate highest quality leads, you have to LinkedIn, basically you have to use the LinkedIn platform properly, whether you are going with the organic method or you are going with paid method. I'm totally showing you the organic method right now, and it takes time, but the thing is, the leads you get using this organic method will be the highest quality. So you need to keep this thing in mind, that if I follow this strategy properly, I'll get the highest quality leads as possible, right? Now, the third point is 62% of B2B marketers says LinkedIn successfully generates leads. Yes, because LinkedIn is designed to provide help to other businesses and to help you. That's why if you follow the LinkedIn guidelines properly and if you follow the proper strategy, you can get quality leads, and obviously LinkedIn will also help you to generate high quality leads. Now let's start this full guide on messaging. So the first slide is that what will you learn in this video? What are the things you are going to learn in this video? So let me go through it once. Like, what is cold LinkedIn messages? So you might have listened a term which is cold calling. So it is kind of like same thing, cold messages on LinkedIn as well, where we don't know the people whom we are sending the message, but we just send the messages like cold calling, right? And this is kind of a spam thing, but if you do it properly, you can generate good quality leads from here as well. So you don't have to be spammy, you have to be relevant, you have to be quite personal, not more than the limit. You have to be under the limit and be relevant. Then the second point is define your ICP. So we'll talk about ICP in this course as well, not course, in this particular video as well. Then target what you have defined, basically your defined audience and how to search them. So I'll show you some extra methods to search your targeted audience, although I have already shown you in the previous video, but still I'll show in this particular video as well some new methods. Then how long a LinkedIn message be? So what are the things you should add into your LinkedIn message, and what are the character size, basically how many characters you should use in your LinkedIn in order to get the best result as possible. Then the fifth point is 8 components you should include in your message to make a connection. Yes, so this is pretty important. So watch this video till the end and get to know the 8 components, that 8 main components that you should add in your message, right? Then samples of LinkedIn messages and templates to boost your sales and reach. Yes, so I'll be showing you some samples as well which we get in our account, and those are totally from professional ones. So we'll be sharing some samples as well. And do's and don'ts of cold messages. What are the do's and what are the don'ts which you need to avoid while doing cold messages, right? Now let's start with the second slide, and this is what is a LinkedIn cold message. So first you need to understand that what is cold messaging is. I've already shown you that there's a term called cold calling. So cold messages is something like that, where we don't know the prospect, and even the prospect doesn't know who we are, but still we try to send them message. And if you are becoming quite spammy, so avoid that thing. You don't have to sell in the first message itself. You don't have to offer your product or services in the first message, right? That will be become totally spammy, so avoid that thing. Try to make connection, try to make relationship with that prospect, and gradually you can go and talk about your products and services, but not in the first message, right? And if we read this definition once, that LinkedIn is one of the most powerful platform to get new clients. This is especially the case for B2B companies that use LinkedIn for marketing purposes. But to maximize its potential, you must know how to use it properly. A cold message on LinkedIn is a message that to send to someone you don't know to start a conversation with one or many prospects, right? So I hope you got the point that what LinkedIn cold message is, but still you don't have to be spammy, you don't have to be salesy. Don't offer your product or services in the first message itself. Try to make connection, try to make relationship, or try to build relationship so that you can talk about your product or services later, right? Then let's go to the third slide, which is define your ICP. So what this ICP means? ICP means ideal customer profile. So first you need to define your ideal customer profile, that who is my ideal customer and how does my customer's profile looks like, right? So you need to define that thing, and if you're not defining that thing, it means you are totally gambling with your money or resources and time, right? So you don't have to gamble with your money, resources and time. So first define your ideal customer profile. If I read this once, that ICP are those people profile in LinkedIn who fits or matches your potential future customer or prospects, right? I hope you got the point. Now how do you define your ICP? What are the things you need to follow or you need to keep in mind while defining the ideal customer profile? First point is always consider your industry and niche while targeting your audience, right? So obviously you need to consider your industry and the niche, or simply if I say the category, you need to consider while targeting your audience or while defining your ideal customer profile. The second point is understand the location of your ICP. Obviously you need to understand the location, you need to understand the geographical condition of your ICP. Then the third point is affordability of your product or service. Yes, whether your ICP, ideal customer profile, are or is able to afford your product or not, right? So you need to define that thing. If your ICP is not able to afford your product, so what are the point of creating your product or selling your product to that particular ICP, ideal customer profile, right? So you need to properly define these things before starting this messaging or before starting this LinkedIn marketing thing, right? Then the fourth point is find out more detailing of your potential customers. So try to find out more detailings, that what are their wants, what are their likes, or what are the pain points they are facing right now. So keep this thing in mind while defining your ICP, ideal customer profile. Now let's go to the next slide, and this is connect more ICPs and target what you have defined. Now, how you can connect with more ICPs or your target audience, which you have decided, right? So first of all, the first option is connection request. Obviously, you can send the connection request directly to the ICPs, which you have defined, or the target audience, which you have defined. Then the second point is LinkedIn searches. You can directly search on LinkedIn on the basis of profile, on the basis of organizations, companies, right? So you can directly search on the LinkedIn profile as well. If I show you once, so as you can see here, I'm on my LinkedIn profile, and directly you can search here. If I go in the home section here, I can search whatever the profile I want. Let's say I write here copywriter. Oops, sorry for the spelling mistake. Yes, I've searched copywriter, and I'll be able to see different profiles. As you can see here, I can even filter out that what I'm looking for: jobs, people, services, post, group. What are the things I'm looking for? Obviously, I'm looking for people. So if I click on people, I'll be able to see all the people who are into copywriting, right? So this is how you can search. You can define your search using the filters, as you can see here, right? I hope you got the point about LinkedIn searches. Now the third point is people you may know or similar connections. Yes, you can go with the similar connections as well. Let's say you have some connections in your account, so you'll be able to see people you may know or the similar connections option as well in your account, right? As you can see here, I'm in my network profile, and here I can see, if I go a little bit down here, you can see here people you may know with similar roles. So here are some similar roles, right, whom I can connect with. And then the fourth point is LinkedIn events. Yes, there are many events going on LinkedIn, so you can join those events in order to uh, get more connections, in order to connect with more ICPs. But the thing is, you need to join relevant events and even groups as well. In the fifth point, we have mentioned the LinkedIn groups as well. So you need to join the relevant events and the groups which are from your industry, from your niche or category, right? And if those are not relevant, then there's no point of joining those groups or events, right? Now the sixth point is ask for introduction or refer. So I've mentioned this point in the previous videos as well. You can ask for an introduction or a refer to use to your existing connections as well. Let's say if you have these connections in your profile, right? Now let's say if I click on this profile, and if I see his connections here, and let's say if I want to connect with this person or maybe this person, so what I can do is I can ask this person to introduce myself or to refer me to that person, right? So this is how you can take help from your existing connections as well, right? Now let's go to the next slide, and here how long should be a LinkedIn message, right? So what are the things, what are the essence of your LinkedIn message? First, the thing is LinkedIn claims that messages up to 400 to 600 characters get 50% more response than more characters rest. So if you are using, or if you are writing between 400 to 600 characters, this is the best or the optimal message size, message length, which you can use in order to get 50% more responses, right? And this is according to LinkedIn. Now what are the things you need to add in that message, right? So here we got that 400 to 600 characters are the best, are the optimal size. But the thing is, what we need to add in that message, what are the length, what should be the length of subject, what should be the length of body? So here we have mentioned that The length of the subject should be around 100 characters. The length of the in-mail body, or basically message, the main message, should be around 300 characters, and at the end the signature should be around 100 to 150 characters, which will be around 500 to 600, maybe 5 to 600 characters overall. Right, I hope you got the point. Now here I have mentioned one more thing, that this same for in-mail option, but it is only for people who are using LinkedIn Premium, and the mail benefit of Premium is you can message those people also who are not in your connections. So basically, LinkedIn has one premium service, right? What is that premium service? People whom you don't know can receive your message from your side. So this is the feature of LinkedIn, that you can send the messages to people whom you don't know as well. Let me show you once. Let's say if I click on his connections, and let's say I don't have connection with this person, right? And let's say if I want to message him, I can message him even I'm not connected with this person. But the thing is, LinkedIn has some limitations. LinkedIn will not allow me to send messages to unconnected people unlimited times. There is a limit on a daily basis. It means you can send to few people only. Uh, and if you go with your LinkedIn's premium thing, if you purchase or if you buy the LinkedIn premium, uh, then this limitation or the restriction waive off, and you can send to as many as you want, right? So this is how LinkedIn makes some revenue. So we need to support that platform as well, which is helping us to generate our business, right? So I hope you got the point. Now let's go to the next slide, and here, components you should include in your message to make a connection. So these are the 8 components which you should add in your LinkedIn message. Their first name, right? Before talking about these components, let me show you this message which we got from a brand called Shop 101, right? So this is a proper example of a good message, you can say. Like, hi Hitesh. Hitesh is our founder's name. So he used, hi Hitesh, my name is Prateek and I lead the Shop 101 B2B partnership business development team. We understand that you may be having a network of e-commerce partners and blah 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 blah. So basically, he is trying to be relevant, and he knows that which kind of traffic or which kind of audience we have. Even at the end, he asked for a quick call to explain the things properly, right? So this is how a message should look like. And what are the things that Pratik has mentioned in his message? The first thing is name, obviously, their first name. So in our case is Hitesh is the name. Then your company name, obviously he has added the company name as well, Shop 101. Even he has added the website as well. Then commonality. So you need to find some commonality between you and the prospect whom you are sending the message, so that they can relate with you as well, right? And you need to observe something. You need to do your side of observation, so that you can find out some pain points of your prospect, right? So before sending message to your prospect, do your observation and find out some pain points. Then resource offer, obviously you need to offer some resources. Even you can ask some questions as well. As you can see here, Pratik has asked us to ask a question, basically asked us to have a quick call so that he can explain all the things. Then obviously there should be interest. There should be your prospect's interest, not your interest only, right? So what are the interest which Pratik is offering us? Basically Pratik is offering us a affiliate program where we might be interested, right? So this is what the things you need to add. And the end, obviously you can add a request as well. So these are the 8 uh, components, or the 8 ingredients, essence you need to add in your message in order to generate high quality leads, or in order to generate high quality connections, Right, now let's go to the next slide, and here are some more templates. As you can see here, this is from Shubham Pandey, and the organization name is Class Plus, and it is basically a renowned LMS, learning management system platform, right? So you can see the message that, hi Hitesh sir, greeting of the day. This is Subham from Class Plus team. We at Class Plus with having 1.2 lakh plus educators and content creators on board along with us. So you can read these messages, you can go through these messages in order to understand that how a good or high quality message should look like, right? So take a screenshot of this and practice to try, basically practice to write these kind of messages, right? As you can see, here's one template as well, like, hi, here you have to add the name, thanks for connecting, if the person is connected with you, right? If you have sent it the message, basically if you have sent it the connection request before sending the message, so you can send this message once your audience or once your target audience has accepted the connection request, right? I look forward to build a professional relationship, and if there is anything, the here you have to add the business name and team, and I can help you with, I would love to chat. Please check out our website at here. You need to add your website's link, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks. And here you need to add your name. So this is a basic template which you can use in your day-to-day LinkedIn life, right? Now at the end, here are the do's and don'ts which you need to follow and which you need to avoid in your LinkedIn marketing journey, right? So what are the do's? First is find something you have in common with. So yes, you need to find the something, or you need to find the commonalities in you and your, between you and your target audience or your prospects, right? And don't even hesitate to ask questions. You should ask questions so that you can get the replies from your prospects, right? So you can ask, but be humble, be polite, right? Now the third point is be prospect oriented. Yes, you need to be prospect oriented. You don't need just you just not to connect with any person you are getting on LinkedIn, right? You need to be prospect oriented. You can't connect with any person, or you can't connect with the person who is irrelevant, totally irrelevant, or from any different industry. You need to be make connections with relevant profiles only. Now what are the don'ts you need to avoid? So the first thing is, don't sell in connection request and also in your first message after building connection. So I've already told you this thing, that don't try to be salesy, don't try to be spammy in your very first message or once your connection is accepted, right? Let's say if you're sending a connection request and you are just trying to sell, or you are just trying to promote your product or services in the first message itself. So don't do that, avoid this thing. Now the second point is, don't use the same pitch for every connection. Yes, you need to personalize the pitches, you need to customize the pitches or the messages for every prospect according to that profile, right? Don't just create one template and send it to hundreds of people. No, you are doing it totally wrong. Customize it, personalize it. Now the third point is, don't talk about yourself right away. Yes, you need to talk about directly about yourself, that who am I, what I do, or what are the things you have achieved in your life. No, don't do that thing. Try to focus on your prospect, that what they have done, try to praise them, try to help them achieve their short term goal, so that they can believe you, and gradually a good relationship between you and your prospect can be built, right? I hope you got the point, and I hope after this video your messaging on LinkedIn platform will improved by 100% or maybe 200%, because I have covered all the things that are essential, that are important to create a high quality messages and in order to generate high quality connections and leads. So if you haven't understand yet, you can watch this video once again, and let's wrap up this video. If you like this video, you can give a thumbs up and you can subscribe the channel as well. Let's meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye.